work here on Thorndon Ward, which is an intermediate care ward where patients come after they've had a period of time in the acute hospital, and they have physiotherapy, occupational therapy. We also have wonderful assistants, rehab and OT assistants, and then they work with the wider MDT as well, our doctors, nurses, integrated care assistants, and then we work together to get them back to a better level of function, really. On discharge, we plan lots of things, like if they're going to need care support, if they're going to need equipment, any adaptations at home, and we refer for all of those things, make sure they're in place before they go, and we make lots of referrals to the community therapy teams to carry on achieving the goals that they've set. The acute sector, we have our integrated discharge team, which do provide a bridge between us and the acute sectors, and they obviously send us referrals and handovers, and we read those. So yeah, I think that the next sort of goal for us is to try and make those links a little bit stronger. And then obviously there is a whole team on site who can support patients. We run exercise groups, we have bays, so the patients do often become very close, and many of them stay in touch after they go home. So we have a chaplain and then volunteers that also come in, and they speak to our patients and provide that pastoral care. So Valerie was a wonderful lady. She was with us over a year ago now, and stayed with us for quite some time. She had a very long admission in the acute, been very unwell. She had very good outcomes, and she'll talk to you about that. She came in being hoisted, and she left doing the stairs, which was a very, very significant improvement in mobility and function. And yes, she likes to come in regularly and talk to us and let us know how she is, and that's wonderful. So we've heard she's back at the gym, and she's just really enjoying her life.
When I arrived in Brentwood, I couldn't pick up the spoon properly. I couldn't move. Before that, I was very, very active. Crafts, sports, whatever I could get myself into. They listened to what I had to say. And they helped me with the plan to get me moving again, to get back home. And yeah, without them, I just probably would have ended up another statistic, just laying there, just feeling like I wanted to die. That's how bad I was when I'd come in. I lost all my muscle mass. My husband's going to start crying in a minute. And he was the one who went through it all as well. I didn't even look like I should have looked like. I became all puffy and all swollen. But the staff were always cheery. I think I was fed within an inch of my life. If I ever see custard again, the physio were there. They gave us the tools to do the exercises. They didn't give up on me. There were days I cried. There were days I thought I'd never go home. It's also the environment that you're in that gives you that determination. So if you're in an environment where people aren't happy about what they're doing, you're not happy about doing what they're asking you to do. Whereas here they were always happy, they were always good. Jacuzzi, when she'd come in, oh my goodness, she even got some of the ladies who didn't want to do anything up and moving. So it was the whole environment, and they just worked so well together. Here you had the, I don't want to say constant baying on that, yes, you got to do it, you got to try it. And then when you couldn't do it, you had that reassurance that you would be able to do it. And you don't realize how being inactive for even just a short period of time, which was really only in some respects 12 weeks, how much muscle mass you can actually lose. You have to rebuild. It just feels like you're almost coming home away from home, but it's a home you don't want to have to visit again in the same situation. Yeah, hopefully we'll pop back and cause some more mischief, but not as a patient.